Hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly readings. I am Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. I am going to be pulling you just a few cards each for your respective star signs, and they will be timestamped in the description box and in the comments below for you, my darlings. If your reading resonates, you're hearing it within your divine design. And if it resonates or I resonate as reader, thank you as ever for all of your likes, for your comments, for your shares, your mention, your subscribes. And don't forget to subscribe to get notifications of future readings from me. I do read very regularly. And also for those of you who have become members of this channel, thank you so much. My gift back to all of you is, for those of you who don't know, the Pay What You Can 30-minute online readings, of which the link and the description is in the description box below. So let's take a look to see. So I'm pulling first of all from the Sacred Forest Oracle, and then I'm going to use the Tarot of Curious Creatures for you as well. I just want to get an overriding message from the Oracle for deck first of all, before we move into a little bit of tarot for each of you. And I am starting today, I have shuffled my cards, and I am starting today with Leo, my darlings. So let's see, what is the overriding message that wishes to come out for you from the Forest Oracle? Thank you for Leo. What is the overriding message you wish to say? Well, that's very interesting, because that's not of this deck, but you're meant to receive this. Wisdom of the Magi, number 5, mental clarity. This is a great time for you to receive clarity of your situation, to receive wisdom, wise, intellectual, spiritual downloads of matter, if you trust in that which you are receiving, if you trust in your intuition, my darling. You have to believe, sort of globe, and he's holding it. This is, don't dismiss, don't block what you are receiving. It is there to help you at this time. It is there to help you move perhaps past a critical stage, both a critical stage in your life and a critical stage that is perhaps maybe critical of yourself or critical of others. But there is wisdom to be found, and this is the wisdom of the Magi, to be in a state of receiving that wisdom. It could also come through from somebody else at this time. And 5 means change, my darling. So let's see what Spirit wants to show you for where you are with your current situation. Thank you for Leo, their current situation this week, or whenever they are guided to see it, because my readings are timeless. You do have number 10, the 10 of Swords has come out. So this is referring to this mental clarity. At the moment, there is a discord between your head and your heart space. There is this feeling of mental confusion, entrapment I'm receiving. It's like you're caught in that space in your mind that feels like life is pressing in on you. There is no way out of this situation, but you are able to come through this. The 10 is saying that things are coming to a conclusion. Things are coming to a conclusion because there is something new, something changing. Number 5, remember, wisdom. Trust your intuition at this time. One of the greatest disservices we can give to ourselves is either not listening to ourselves, or not wanting to see the truth of something, or perhaps not being honest with ourselves about something and how we're truly feeling about it. So this 10 of Swords is a moment in time for you, my darling, for you to not only receive the truth, to speak the truth, to reconcile the truth, to reflect on the truth, welcome it in, welcome in everything at this time, because as a 10, it is a completion and a new beginning. And there is perhaps just maybe 1, 2, or 3 more steps for you to take before you're going to feel a whole lot better, my darling. So that is where you are right now. Let's have a look to see. And you know, sometimes we reach a point in our life where we have to go to that lowest point. We have to go to that point where we can't seem to go any lower. And then, as if by magic, things start to shift and change. And this is also the wisdom of the Magi. It is to say that everything is ever evolving, ever changing, and this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This is not a constant presence in your life. It is a temporary chapter that is happening, but it's happening for you to come out of this in a way that you weren't before. So let's see what Spirit, because we're using the Tarot of Curious Creatures, let's see what Spirit wishes for you to be curious about at this time. Thank you. Two of Pentacles. Be curious, my darling. Two of Pentacles. Pentacles are about where you're giving your time and your attention, what you consider valuable, what you consider to be practical choices. So they're saying at this time, you may feel overwhelmed and a little bit in a fragile state of being about what it is that you should be doing next. It's almost like you see here, it's like a sort of, you feel like you've sort of got a daily balancing act going on about choices to make and things to do. And Spirit is asking you to rather be in a state of being where you are feeling overwhelmed. Be curious about why you are making certain choices, why certain things are overwhelming you, what is stopping you from shifting or changing a perspective or saying no. Be curious about what it is that you are juggling and why you're juggling and why you may have some indecision at this time. I'm getting the words sort of meddle in perhaps the mix it all up in your mind and sort of almost go back to basics. Perhaps ask a friend, a close friend, a dear friend, somebody you trust completely to ask you the questions that either you don't want to ask yourself, or equally ask you the questions that you may not even know that you need answering, but somebody who can see the situation for the wood for the trees is going to be able to, and is presented by the universe to help you at this time to perhaps make light of this situation, to perhaps see something differently, because we can get so caught up on it that it becomes the never-ending story. And there is a new story coming, and you see here these little feathers. It is to say that there are signs for you, early signs of the release of, because these are three feathers here falling, the release of a lot of the anguish that you have been carrying with you. And the thing with the Ten of Swords, it is that sort of, just when you think it will never get better, the dawn rises, it does become better. And that's because of a choice you have made. It is the resonant signature vibration that you're giving out to the universe, and the universe is responding. And sometimes we are pushed to the point where we start to affect that positive change ourselves consciously by a shift in our perspective, a shift in our energy, a shift in our awareness, a shift in perhaps what we are saying yes to in our lives, and what we are finally saying no to in our lives as well. But you're ready for this. You see, he's all dressed up and ready for the part. And what I'm also feeling with this is that this is a very delicate situation for you, but it is something that you are ready to handle, something that you're ready to handle well. And let's see what, with that advice about being curious about, Spirit says is coming in for you. Thank you. What's in your energy? What's around your energy at this time? Thank you. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to turn everything on its head when you start to question things. And you are a very rare breed, my darling. You've got the rare white tiger here. Don't be in a rush with this. Be relaxed about what is unfolding for you. It is unfolding according to divine law, according to divine timing. It is for you, my darling. You have the snake here just about to touch your hand. So there will be a sudden surprise, but it is part of the shedding of the past, the shedding of the old for you as well. And you are remaining, and you will remain in the future, committed to allowing this to unfold, allowing the situation to unravel, perhaps first of all, to unfold, and then for a new cycle to come in, because this is about the natural cycles of life. And just like nature, we go through those natural cycles of life, but it is to expect the unexpected. It is to, and you've put that out there. That's your energy working with the universe. The universe has responded to your call. And trust in your gifts that you have, trust in when you speak, trust in what you are perceiving at this time, trust in any unique, brand new, fresh footsteps that you are taking at this time as the snow leopard. Trust in that. When you're ready to make an appearance differently, the universe will respond to your call and present you with situations or circumstances that will give you the stage. The Wheel of Fortune this is going to, it's always in your favor. This is going to unfold better than you could have expected. But let go of the need to find the solution. The solution will present itself when you loosen your grip, and the solution will present itself when you start to ask perhaps different questions than you've been asking. So there we are, angels. I trust that has helped you, and I look forward to doing another weekly reading for you next week. In the meantime, do keep an eye out for your May reading, which will be over the next few days. Take care, my darlings. Oh, take care, my darlings, and lots of love. Bye-bye. Sagittarius, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle has for you first. For those that most need to hear the message, that is also in there. It's very interesting. Thank you, Spirit. What needs to come out? So we have Purity. Purity card with the unicorn has come out. Number 45. 4 is stability, 5 is change, 4 and 5 is 9, which is the attainment of your goals. Spirit is asking you at this time, with whatever you are believing in, whatever that may be, whatever that is firing up your imagination, to remain in a pure energy state with it, which means perhaps while it is still magical, imaginative, something that is just such an extraordinary concept and idea that you have, perhaps at this stage, refrain from sharing it with others who not consciously would, but unconsciously, perhaps through their own doubts and fears, muddy the purity of your energy, which is in the form of desire and imagination and a little bit of magic at this time. This is life force energy at its purest, and it is working through you now with no resistance. So keep that approach, and by all means, share the good news, share the successes, share the accomplishments when you feel it is right to do so, when you feel it is in a divine timing for you, when you feel that it is the right person that you are sharing with, who only consciously and subconsciously has your best interest at heart. That soul-to-soul conversation that you can have with one or more people. But at this moment in time, maybe others can't see the wood for the trees like you can, because you have a magical perspective of this. And actually, what is more powerful than hard work is imagination, because in imagination, thoughts matter. And in imagination, we're putting it out there. We're putting it out in the vortex, if you want to call it that. We're putting it out in another energetic realm. We are putting it out there as something that the universe will always say yes to. And we don't necessarily want other energies coming in subconsciously to muddy that beautiful life force energy, this new energy that you are creating at this time. So, and there is a vast network of, everything is connected. Everything is connected. And so sometimes it's best just to be shh for the moment and enjoy this beautiful idea just for yourself, just for yourself at this time. So let's see what where you are at this time. I'm using the Tarot of Curious Creatures, and let's have a look to see currently when you come and see this reading, because it is timeless, where that needs to come out, where you are right now energetically. Thank you, Spirit. What wishes to come out? Ooh, I saw the Six of Swords, so I like that. Thank you, Spirit. For Sagittarius. Well, of course you have. You have got the Empress and the Hierophant has come out. They both came out for you. So this is a little wonderful gem of an idea. And I think I did a daily reading on this yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. This is something as the Empress that is really rather lovely, because this is the peacock. Okay. So the peacock, my darling, is all about you coming into the full expression of who you are. And I feel you're coming into the full expression of being a teacher of some sorts, a guide of some sorts, a coach, maybe a writer, an author, anything that is drawing on the depths of you, asking you to step beyond your comfort zone, asking you to be in tune with, in harmony with yourself, and something that is coming from a state of joy, a place of joy, something that you're really drawn to. And so I feel that whatever you are doing right now, whether you are taking classes on this yourself, or you're about to be there as a teacher for classes for others, for courses for others, this is a beautiful idea. This is a beautiful approach for you. And with the Empress here, it's really important to understand that this is the beginning of your creation. Thoughts matter. And now the action of receiving the early signs of that manifestation is very important, because we can have all these weird and wonderful and beautiful and delightful and delicious divine source energy ideas. But unless, as an energy, we are saying, I deserve to receive this, I believe in myself, we can't receive the next steps. We can't physically receive in our reality what the universe desires and wishes to give us. So this is a time for you to trust that everything has been planted, the seeds are growing, there are early signs you see here with a little, and with the Hierophant, there is change happening, and they want you now to relax, to have fun, to play at this, not to create hard work for yourself. Remember that actually it's more advantageous for you, it's more powerful for you to sit in a state of imagination than it is to be in a state of feeling like it's hard work. So that is really great. Let's have a look at what they wish for you to be curious about at this time, as we're using the Tarot of Curious Creatures. Thank you. The key, they're saying, the keys to your success are to be in touch with your vibration at this time. I'm just seeing the keys around the neck, and she's touching the radio there. To be in touch with your energy, where you are energetically at this time, to do things wholeheartedly, and to trust what is resonating with you. What is it that you're hearing? What is it that you're feeling? To trust that. Those are the keys at this time, my darling. And to do all those forms of spiritual practices that have helped you in the past, to not lose sight of how important they are for you. Let's have a look. Thank you, Spirit, for what Sagittarius is to be curious about at this time. Well, that I know wanted to come out. There's that Six of Swords again, and you also got the Tower. So what I'm feeling, you've got here this Tower card. So be really curious, my darling, about any significant life changes, anything, any big moments that have happened in your life, or are happening, or you feel are coming your way. Because it may seem, can you see here with the sort of tear, that things have torn apart in your life. Things have changed. Things have been disruptive. But I'm not surprised to see that this card has appeared, because with the purity of your approach now and where you are, and you coming out as the Empress, the beginnings of something new and magical and coming through from divine source energy, it's something of your life's purpose. There will have been a tower. There will have been what we may call disruption or chaos or conflict or change. And that is because the old energetic structure of your life is dismantling or dismantled or dissolving or disintegrating, all the D words there, in order to make way for the new expanded energetic structure. And some things have to break apart, some things have to stretch. As you are stretching energetically, so is the energetic structure around you, and it is enabling you to grow. So be curious about the changes, be observant of what those changes are, and ask the question, why? Why is this happening for me? What is this a reflection of the energy that I've been given out? Is this the early signs of the change that I have been transmitting, both consciously and subconsciously, as something that I desire and want to happen? Is this the universe responding to me? Because things have to leave in order for other things that come in. And I feel as well that for many of you, the Six of Swords card is to say, be curious about where you are right now on this journey, because I feel for so many, you have already come through a tower moment, as we call it. You've already come through that disruptive, life-changing event, life-changing experience, and all the major arcanas are that. They're all a big life experience. And it is to ask the questions about, what have you experienced? What has it shown you? What has it given you? Where are you right now on your journey? What is it that you're feeling about yourself? What is it you're feeling about those that are in your life at this time, which are a reflection of your energy? It's time to take a pause, just like the small steps with the Empress. No rushing at this stage. It's all about what you're receiving, what you're receiving, what you're receiving. It's that slow, I'm getting the slow path to glory for you. It's slow, considered thoughts and actions at this time. It is about being thoughtful with your thoughts as well. The hare doesn't run from its fears. It is very aware of its surroundings, and it listens and it observes and it remains very still. So I feel with this six is about being in harmony, that the feelings that you feel now are okay, I've moved on from something, I come through something. And the tower is always for me the word chaos, but chaos has an omnipotent symphony. There's been a rhyme and a reason. There's been a song to be played within it. There's been a harmony within it. And I'm saying that because the Hierophant with the tunes here. And your overriding, resonant, vibrational song or signature message you've been giving out is one of commitment to this cause, this idea, this state of being, this approach you're taking in your life. And so, of course, now this is the sort of almost stopping off at the pit stop, or stopping off at the on a long journey, stopping at the services to replenish yourself, to get that drink of water, perhaps to get a coffee, perhaps just to sit and rest at this time. So Spirit is saying there is no rush. It's all within divine design. Everything you're doing now is coming from a very, very deep desire. So let's have a little look as to what is, with you being curious about this and where you are right now, what is coming in for you. So I feel that you've got the Eight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles has come out. So I feel as you more and more move through that Six of Swords, that feeling of relief, that feeling of moving on, that feeling of hope, you are stepping more and more into an energy of completely letting go completely letting go and observing things from that higher self, that higher point of view, that understanding that perhaps the ego was wounded, perhaps the identity was wounded, but as a soul, you've expanded, you've healed because of it. And there has been so much releasing, so much change. The cycles of your life are changing again. Things are receding away in order for something to come in. You see the waves are receding here. And you've got 2 cups that you're taking with you. So whatever is you consider to be a valuable relationship, energetically, physically, this is coming into this new cycle with you. But many of the other cups are being left behind. And there is a jaunt to your step here. There is a dressing up and getting ready again. So I feel you're in the land of preparation at this time, the law of preparation. You're preparing for a successful outcome. And that's why the unicorn is so important. The purity, the grace, the magic of your approach right now. And there is coming in this little page of pentacles with so many others coming in too. So I feel that you're going to have numerous opportunities to gather up, create, generate a kind of coming together of formulate, thank you, Spirit, a coming together of your idea. And whatever this opportunity is, it is one of many that's going to come in, that's going to assist you on the next stages of your journey. There is so much green growth here, whether you want to call this grass, which is something we sometimes take for granted, but it is invaluable for us. But it's right there under our feet. So maybe this is an opportunity that's been right there under your feet all this time and is now ready to be presented to you. But I feel that this is somebody of your soul tribe. This is somebody of your community. And it is, again, the early stages, the early signs, my darling, of perhaps what direction for you to take. So there we are, and it's coming because you have walked through, you've gone beyond, you've let things recede out of your life, and you're embracing a new chapter. So, and that takes courage, and courage comes from doing. Courage means doing something wholeheartedly. So good for you, my darling. It's so lovely to see. And you've been pretty stubborn about it as well. That's the Rhino and the Hermit. So you very much, to be in this state of attainment of your goals, you very much been in a necessary and embraced time of solitude. So I trust that has helped those that have resonated with this reading. And I look forward to doing another one for you next week. In the meantime, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for your May star sign reading and the dailies as well. Take care, my darling. Look, I still can't speak. Take care, my darling, and so much love to you. Bye-bye. Scorpio, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle has for you today as an overriding message for you that wishes to come out. We have got Frog Spirit, Renewal, and I'm also seeing Bluebird Spirit, Happiness. 2 cards have come out for you today, my darling. So trust that as you reach out to do something perhaps that you're not accustomed to doing, or to do something that before might have caused you to be in a state of apprehension or almost withdrawing, you don't want to do this, that when you reach out and you do something that it's not like touching someone it's about doing something that generates a moment, a shift of renewal that then is utterly transformational. We know the frog, you kiss the frog and turns into the prince. So something that you are going to do because it feels right to do and from the kindness of your heart, and also something that perhaps you have also felt fear about doing before, haven't wanted to do before, but you are curious about, and I'm using the Tarot Curious Creatures today, is going to be very transformational for you. And I'm talking about, it says renewal here. So there is a renewal of something. There is a coming back around, but in an extraordinary way, an as found way. We call in, you know, in this sort of antiques world, it sort of has found something very beautiful. But a renewal, it's a reclamation, a renewal of something for you. And it is, you've got here the lilies here, it is transformational. And I know I keep saying that too. The frog spirit is about taking a leap of faith. It's taking a leap of faith over something that can be quite deeply emotional. And it is, with the bluebird spirit here, leading to a blossoming of happiness. You have to trust the magic of the universe with this one. Do you see the little unicorn in the corner there? And Spirit wants you, within this state of being where you are right now, to reflect upon what is your state of happiness right now, and how much of your state of happiness is coming from a focus on things that make you happy, or a focus on thoughts that make you happy, or a focus on perhaps things that, like the hamster on the wheel, go round and round and round in your head, that are causing you to perhaps not feel quite so happy as you know that you can be. So it is habitual, those thoughts. And it does take practice. And it is something that I look to practice every day, because we've been conditioned for so long to not almost give heed to take notice of where our thoughts start going. Where are they gone? You know, and suddenly, before we know it, we've been down a rabbit hole for 10, 15, 20 minutes about something that actually doesn't deserve our attention and our energy. So it is about focusing on what makes you happy. And that's not just things and people, but your thoughts and feelings as well. And you are being asked to reach out and do something. So let's see what Spirit has to say for this. Let's have a look at your state of being right now. And also, my darling, not being afraid to also move away, to fly away from something, to leave something alone. This bird has rested for a moment, and it can fly in any direction at any time. Where it is right now actually is very beautiful, but perhaps the bird is consciously unaware of that. It doesn't see the beauty of nature how we might perceive it to be. But the bird is intent on something. Perhaps it is reflecting number 7. So it's an interesting state of being at this time. And there it is, the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. Now, this is interesting, because normally with the 4 of Cups, you see the 3 cups have fallen over, but they haven't in this card. So this is the state of reflection that Spirit is asking you to perhaps balance your thoughts a little bit more, stabilize yourself at this time, and reflect on what brings you joy, 3 of Cups, what brings you happiness, what are you focusing on in this time that is generating smiles, laughter, excitement, enthusiasm from you? You've got to ask yourself these questions. We have to ask ourselves these questions. And this is this 4 of Cups for you. And with all of it, with a decision to detach from any problems, detach from any self-criticism, detach from any judgment, and to quietly observe from a place, even for a moment or two, of saying, do you know what? It's my identity, it's my ego that is concerned, that is worried, has a problem, is critical, is judgmental. And my ego is a conditioning that has been developed over years and years and years and years. It is a repeat pattern of behavior within me. But I know, and I have felt in the past, this is you in a state of reflection, that when I am inspired, when I am joyful, when I am charging on all batteries, when I am driven by something, I don't feel any of those things. I feel different. So it's about questioning all the time now. And it is through the questioning that you get to know yourself better. And in the getting to know yourself better, then you can unravel things that perhaps have been stored in the attic of your mind for a very long time, and that need unpacking now in order for you to energetically move. It's moving day. And then you've got this Ace of Cups and the sunglasses. Something so bright, so amazing. I mean, sunglasses, we think of sun, we think of holidays, we think of travel, but I'm seeing something that is so bright and beautiful that's coming to you, has come to you, but you're choosing not to see it. This is the happiness card, and it's almost like it's the same colors. Do you see as the blossom there? And it's sort of coming from here. These are two different decks. And it's something you're choosing not to see. So start to think about what that may be, if you do already know, why you're choosing not to. Is it an aspect of an old trigger, an old wound within you, an old behavior? Because we go through experiences, as we know, all the time in our life. And each of those experiences are to assist us with releasing, with reclaiming, with recovering, with regenerating, with evolving. And each of those experiences is to release something in order for us to shift. It's a little mini death, a little mini rebirth. Within each of those experiences, Spirit is asking for you, the universe is asking you, God is asking you to seek the realization, to seek the reality of it, to seek the truth of it. Because in seeking the realization of it, in seeking the reality of it, that realization will shift your own reality. That realization is divine source wisdom coming through you in divine design. And that realization will then shift your energy, which will then shift your reality. It's real. This energy thing is real. Realization equals shift in reality. Your conscious awareness of things, your conscious approach to things, the conscious choices you make shift your reality, rather than reality shifting your consciousness. So just start to take note of, and I know you are doing this, but there is something at this point of time that's important that Spirit is trying to get your attention. Let's just look to see what they wish for you to be curious about. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles has come out for you. Be curious. Be curious about what coming back to. What have you already planted and nurtured and grown and matured? And this is a seasoned farmer here. This is somebody who's very relaxed about what he does. So it's about looking at your life and what you have achieved and how good you are at it. It's a difficult thing to do, isn't it? To self-praise ourselves. Makes us really uncomfortable to do that. But you are being asked to do that for yourself, to acknowledge. We give so much encouragement to others, but we tend to ignore ourselves, and we tend to get embarrassed when anybody gives us encouragement. That's the big question. Why? Where does that come from? And there is one sunflower that's growing taller than the rest. There is something in your environment that is ready to grow fast for you, that is an aspect of your energy that you're giving out. And there's more of it to come. So there's no need to worry about that. No need to hoard it like the squirrel might hoard it. So the Seven of Pentacles is to say it's all happening for you. acknowledge who you are in the scheme of things, and that you've caused and created all of this. There's more to come. There's seasons of it. It's naturally coming towards you. It's growing. Don't be impatient, minds, and being grateful for yourself and what you've achieved and what you have overcome or been challenged by, and who you are right now, which is exactly where you should be within divine design. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for it all, because that state of gratitude, the star, that state of gratitude, that state of acceptance of who you are and where you are and why you're there, even if you don't know the big picture, even if you don't know the full answer, we're not meant to. We're meant to trust. We're meant to have faith that all will unfold for us according to our divine design. So let's see what Spirit is saying about what is coming, what is in your energy space, with you being curious about all of this and asking the right questions. What is there coming in towards you? Thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for Scorpio. So you have got on the bottom of the deck a page of Pentacles. So there is something with which there is more to come. Do you see there's other Pentacles there as well? Very much like the sunflowers, it reminds me of the same. So it's something to come in, because this, which may be the fourth cup that you are ignoring at this time, is ready for you to cut, to take to harvest, to do something with. People grow sunflowers for many, many reasons, but one of them is, say, for sunflower oil. So somebody is coming forward to say, you see this, that you do so well, you see this, that you've grown into this, I have an idea. And it's something that you have perhaps not considered before. And they want you not to shy away from it, because you've done things in a different way up until now. They want you to consider, to be curious about a perhaps new idea, a new approach to this situation. This simply might be concerning family matters. It is whatever. Energy is energy, however we want to label it, package it up, apply it to a relationship, to love, to family, to friends, to work, to our thought patterns, to our creations, to our dilemmas, to our solutions. It is simply energy. So this is all representative of your energy, my darling. So apply it how it resonates with you. But there is an energy of something that is, it's a new way of doing something. It's a new way of being. And they want you to be curious about it, my darling. They want you to perhaps think about a new direction. Do you see here there is this path in the grass here? So it's almost like you've taken a certain direction for so long, and they want you to perhaps do something in a new way. So there we are, angels. I trust that whatever new way that is, it's going to bring a sense of fulfillment and enjoyment and excitement and new things, new adventures, new sights, new sounds. It is the doorway, it's the opening, it's the to take you to where you're meant to go with new places. And whether this is to do with relationships, my darling, there is so much for you to look forward to. But you have, it's about coming away from this pattern of behavior that has got you trapped at this time. And they're wanting you to, trying to get your attention, to say, no, go do this, go this way, think about this. Well, look, oh, this is fun, this is nice. So there is, guides will always guide you. Your intuition will always guide you. It'll never take front and center stage until such time that it will, in your aha moment, in your realizations. You've got to trust those, because that's front and center stage of go from the universe. act, release, reclaim, all those big, powerful words. But you've got to listen in the first place. And it's a difficult thing to do. But when you hear it loud and clear, don't doubt it. That's your message, my darlings. That's your message this week. So much love to you. And I look forward to doing another one for you next week. Obviously, you know about my dailies during the week. And I am also, over the next few days, completing the May star sign reading. So I look forward to doing that for you too. So much love, my darlings. Take care. Bye-bye. Pisces, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle has for you as an overriding message before I move into the Tarot of Curious Creatures. That has come out, and it's not this deck, but you know what? I'm going to take it because look at that. Oh, it is this deck. I am so sorry. The back of the cards are exactly the same. So you've got Wise Woman of the Grove with Grace, and you've got the Thicket of Thorns, Uncertainty. Very simple message, overriding message for you with these cards. Wherever you may be feeling at this time, you're not quite sure what to do next. That is the uncertainty you're unsure of. There is no certain approach because it all seems to be quite difficult. But there is a sense of, a feeling of something ahead, something is guiding you forward at this time, however difficult this may be. And you see help is at hand. Do you see this deer appearing here? So what this is saying is that you've done this before, maybe in other lifetimes. You've got here the butterflies here. You're kind of dressed for the part here. And everything is appearing in your life, unfolding in your life according to this sort of divine design. And although this may seem painful on either side, these are perhaps things that you are trying, you wanted to go another way, but these are blocks that have been presented by the universe to stop you from going another way, to guide you forward in a certain way. And that deer here, my darling, is this person, the Wise Woman of Grace. There is somebody coming forward at exactly the point of time that you need it to give you wise words, a few wise words of wisdom, wise, intellectual, spiritual downloads of matter. Somebody who is going to be the universe's God, Spirit's messenger for you at exactly the right time that you need to hear it. So do pay heed, do listen accordingly. Listen consciously to anybody that resonates with you, because they are giving you a very important message, a realization that in itself is going to shift your reality. So when we have realizations, when we come into alignment, into accord with the feeling that this feels right, then what happens is we're being whole. And in that state of being, that alignment, that realization becomes a form of powerful energy, powerful energetic movement, pure movement that creates a new energetic state of being, a new reality. So realizations are incredibly powerful, and this person's coming to help you with that. So let's see and they're gentle. They have a gentle approach. They're very, very tuned in, and they're quite shy normally, but they're going to come in and just provide what you need, in whatever form that may be, my darling. Let's have a look at your energy right now. Thank you. Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands has come out. You're doing something different. And I feel this is why you've got this thicket of thorns, because you've sort of been given a gentle shove, a gentle nudge by the universe to go that way. It might have been more than a gentle nudge, but the deer is here, so it feels that you were guided in a certain way. And the Ace of Wands is to say that this is a new approach, a new way of doing something. You've reached, do you see here, this leopard is reaching for this wand. I feel that there is a sense of loneliness around you. This looks like a sort of long path to nowhere, but there is a castle up ahead. There is an end to this stretch in your life where you feel that you're doing, or perhaps living and doing things in a lonely or alone state of being. But there is something up ahead, and this Ace of Wands is obviously something new and inspired, and an idea, a gem of an idea, something that's germinating, something that you're creating, something that you're inspired by, something that you desire, something that you are creating. And you've got also what you may consider to be a lonely stretch of road. You've got a clear, pretty straight stretch of road ahead of you if you continue to move forward in the way that you are doing, in the continuing to have trust, even in the uncertain steps that you are taking. You are doing it with steps of faith, and those are steps of success, because you are walking into the unknown. But there is some strong guidance around you at this time to help you, or is coming in at this time. So with that Ace of Wands there, let's have a look to see what to be curious about. Spirit is saying what to be curious about. Thank you. Page of Cups. I like the Page of Cups. To be curious about what you're remembering about yourself in this period of transition that's happening. The pages are about the beginnings of the transitions of things, of that change that you wish to affect and see in your life. And the Page of Cups is an emotional transition that you're going through. And it is in a state of observation about the ripple effect that your transformation is having on your surroundings, your emotional landscape, those around you. And it is about almost the surprise that you are receiving when you have, and you're doing this is continue to be curious about this, where perhaps you might have completely ignored your emotional landscape before, and what made it up. It's like the goldfish doesn't know it's in the bowl going around and around. That's its life, and it accepts that. But then the goldfish has sort of come out of the bowl, and it's about, oh my goodness, so this is what it was like before. So I sort of feel where before you might have gone round and round and round in circles with things, now it's completely different, and you're making waves as well. So that's what to continue to be curious about, how the shift in you is shifting everything around you, and how it's shifting both your relationships and those things that are coming towards you, and how clear the path ahead might seem now where before it wasn't. So really interesting, because you got the Seven of Wands. Before there was this energy. And I also feel with this as well that you are now coming into a graceful state of being, because this is the divine masculine aspect of the feminine deer here. And this is about the noble approach that you are taking about what your soul is calling in for you at this moment. And you're protecting that. You're protecting your path ahead. And despite what other energies may be doing at this time through their own pain or confusion or lack of self-confidence, whatever energies are around you that are close to you that you may love and adore, but there is some certain little bit of conflict or uncertainty happening there, and you might be finding yourself defending your space or your place or your idea or your notion about things, or looking for reassurances and not receiving them in the uncertainty that you're feeling. Spirit is saying that you don't have to explain anything to anybody. You just have to listen to yourself now. And actually, you have everything you need, and you're exactly placed where you're meant to be placed. And to more over explaining or defending, actually look to more protect and guard and cherish your energy, but with the understanding that you're not in saying no to relationships anymore. You're just saying, do you know what, I understand what this energetic relationship is for me, and I choose to look on it a different way. And I choose perhaps to have it in my life, perhaps not to, but I don't choose to feel anything negative towards it. I just understand what's happening energetically. As I make shifts and changes in my life, there is going to be a ripple effect, and perhaps some people might fall away. Some people might just fall away completely, or just be at a distance for a while. Other people might come in. But it's all okay, because it's all part of this evolution of my journey. So let's have a little peek into, if you continue to be curious about what it is you're remembering and learning, and this ripple effect that is happening, what is coming in for you? Well, a beautiful card overall, first of all, with the Justice card has come out for you, my darling. So with this is the truth, balanced truth about whatever situation you're in. It's about you looking at your circumstances in a very beautiful, neutral, flowing, impartial way. It's about choices that you're making now that are going to have an impact, big impact for you in your future. It's about things that, as you have remembered, remember, the goldfish doesn't remember, but you're remembering. It's like, oh, that shock and horror on your face there. Not so much horror, it's like surprise. As you are remembering, you are repeating. So I feel that there is balance in your life because of the repetition of certain affirmations and things that you have been saying as well. And there is a growing sense of your balanced view of the spiritual laws of the universe, and what that means for you, and how you can apply that and live according to spiritual law within your life, because you see that it's there to guide us, to help us, to show us the way, to be the guidepost for us. So I feel that is beautiful. And because of that, you've got this Knight of Swords. And this is you doing things. I'm getting freestyle, bareback, freestyle, spontaneously. Yes, you're harnessing up your spiritual power, and this talks about the purity of your approach as well. But there is a sense of movement forward, powerful movement forward from a very pure approach, a graceful approach, something that you are naturally good at doing, something you're very skilled at doing. The Knight of Swords, it's like, do you know what? I've learned so much from the situations that I've been in my life that some might consider negative, some might consider a huge challenge, but I've come out of that completely different. And actually, I'm going to take what I've learned, and I'm going to, and I know it's difficult to do, because there is an uncertainty still within me of, am I good enough? And the universe is saying, oh my goodness, you're good enough. Look, you can ride bareback, you can do it. You this extraordinary sort of bird here. There is color to you, there is beauty to you, there is grace to you, there is, and you're harnessing your spiritual power, but in a way where you're not trying to control it. You see, the horse has got reins, but she's not holding onto it. She is using. So you are using your words at this time powerfully. You are creating the movement through your energy. She guides the horse through the use of her legs. So you are intuitively in balance with feeling, because you can't gallop when you're out of balance. So there is a huge amount of balance coming into your life. It's already started, my darling. You may be uncertain, but the universe is saying, nope, we're going to present to you somebody in your life who's going to show you, who's going to help you see the wood for the trees, and actually help you reclaim your view of yourself in a really powerful, courageous way. And you keep doing what you're doing, my darling, because this is really strong, powerful movement. And whatever truth or reason or logic where you feel in this space of being, whatever desire, intuition, whatever comes through that makes you, do that like the little goldfish. Oh my goodness, you trust in it. You trust in it, because this is creating free-flowing life force energy, non-resistant. This is taking you where you wish to go. And that's stunning. So there we are, my darlings. I trust that has helped those that have resonated with this reading, and I look forward to doing another reading for you next week. In the meantime, I've got my dailies during the week, and I am also in the next few days completing the May star sign reading. So I look forward to doing a reading for you then. Take care, and so much love to you in the meantime. Bye-bye. Libra, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle has for you. Activation and leadership has come out for you. So whatever you are doing right now, it is to encourage you to step into a leadership role. It's very simple. You're ready for it. I'm so sorry, bear with me. Just hoping it's just next door dogs. You're ready for it. You're calling it into your life. You've asked to take a step up. You've asked to step forward. You've asked to be in the spotlight, consciously and maybe subconsciously, but this is you. And Spirit is now giving you this leadership role. And this is an activation within you of new lessons, new experiences, new concepts about moving forward gracefully, even though you might feel that there is, because it's all to do with you, what you do, your community, joy, coming together, because this is the sort of the May, can't remember the name of what it is, the May pole dancing. So and you've got here the spring daffodils as well, and we're coming into May, and you've got here the swan. So I feel that whatever's happening at this time, the spirit guardian of spring activation, there is a blossoming. Remember the word blossom. There is a blossoming of something in your life. Something is growing. Some aspect of you is shifting and changing and is growing, is expanding, is learning. We all start. We don't start as experienced in whatever field or purpose that we have or wish for. We start with a concept of ourselves. We start with a thought. And then it is through a learning experience, through a consistent approach, through a willingness to embrace new experiences, through a willingness to stretch ourselves, that we grow more and more into this leadership role. So you are definitely calling something in, my darling, and there has been an activation of it in your life. So let's see where you are right now. Thank you for Libra with the Tarot of Curious Creatures. Thank you. That wanted to come out. Six of Pentacles. So you are sowing, you are looking after this. I feel you're taking on a role at this time that is one of nurturing. It is one of helping things to grow. I think you are looked up to. I think you have experience. I think that you, it's quite sweet, really. I feel with the little chicks here that you are showing people how they could do things. You are showing them by example, although little chicks sometimes have a habit of being distracted by things. And so I feel sometimes there is you're sort of almost dropping breadcrumbs of opportunities in front of them, and they may not be seeing all of them or paying attention to all of them. So that's an interesting concept to think about in relation to your experience of this reading is resonating with you. But the Six of Pentacles is, you know, you are giving so much at this time. What is it that you're receiving? What is it that you're receiving back? Because this is your universe. So take that moment. What am I learning from this? What am I meant to be curious about with this? Why have I attracted this in my life? What can I take from this? So don't forget, in all of the giving, to think about not perhaps what you might be perceiving within the reality of the human mind and terms of pay or friendships or, you know, perhaps yes, perhaps no. but more what you are calling in. Why are you calling in this leadership role? What is this for? What are you feeling as an aspect of this? How does it make you feel about yourself? That's what the universe is asking you to think, and also about how much you're giving in terms of how much you're receiving, because there is the law of cause and effect. In every choice that you're making, there is an inherent consequence to it. And sometimes we can do too much for others and not allow them to discover for themselves if they were to go seeking and searching for their own concepts and ideas. So just another thought for you there. Because it's almost like she's giving too much to these little chicks, too much there. And she's doing it, but there's almost too much for them there. And maybe they don't have to go looking themselves and having their own forms of discovery. So let's have a look to see what Spirit wants you to be curious about. Thank you, Spirit. What should Libra be curious about at this time? 6 of Wands. You're definitely coming out as a teacher here. You've got the Hierophant and the 6 of Wands. So you're definitely taking this leadership role, okay? I love to see the Hierophant here for you, my darling. This is about you. You've set out to achieve certain, I'm getting the word, certain skill sets, certain levels of acceptance for yourself, certain ways of doing things that feel comfortable for you. And with this Hierophant here, you've remained committed to that. You are also in touch with your energy, or in touch with your how things feel to you. Do you see she's touching this radio, which talks about sequencing and resonant signatures and vibration and sound, and it's all to do with energy. Sound is the sound of creation. Sound created everything. So our voices are so powerful. We send out a resonant signature every time we speak. Even in our energy form, we're sending out a signature the whole time. You understand this. And the keys that have been for your success is that you have approached your way of doing things wholeheartedly, and you wish to do it peacefully as well. And you're also in touch, as I said, with energy and what that means in terms of how you apply it to your concept of what is life and why you're here, etc. So you're a great teacher. You perhaps are a great guru for others. And they want you to be curious about, what are you doing for fun at the moment? What are you doing that creates the joy within you? Are you giving too much at the moment without thinking about whether certain aspects of it are still fun, are child's play, are imaginative? Or is this something that you've lost along the way that they're wishing to remind you of? They're asking you to be curious about, what does success mean for you? What does recognition mean for you? Unless you know the answer to that, then confusion will remain a state of being for you in many areas, because confusion comes from not knowing what our deepest desires and motivations are, or what makes us tick. So think about, what does success mean for you? I feel there is an aspect of you, this is the badger here, who might go off and burrow into a hole and come out at dark, that the concept of perhaps standing on stage is not something, or having everyone's attention, or being in that state of being when people are listening to you, being in the spotlight, let's put it that way, is not something that you feel naturally comes to you. But actually, if you're being called to step up into a leadership role, you will be asked to take front and center stage in your life as well. And I'm so sorry if you can hear the doggies in the background. They're going off for a walk, not mine, it's another doggies. But there is a great deal of love being shown to you at this time. There's a great deal of recognition. There's a great deal of applause for what you're doing. And the universe, Spirit, God is asking you to perhaps consider, are you already successful in so many areas of your life that you haven't actually noticed or appreciated that? and that actually you've stepped up into a leadership role. You don't need to hide away now, but it's the recognition of it for yourself. It's the recognizing of it for yourself, and standing there proudly and receiving it from yourself as much as you're receiving it from other people. And this is why I feel that there has been an activation of something that was very much community-based within your life, that's been guided by angels, guided by spirit at this time. And the early signs of it are a little bit of sort of going around in circles maybe, but spirit is saying, remain trusting about it, trust that actually those that are with you are very loyal and helpful at this time. And remember also that we can be great leaders. And Winston Churchill once said, we can either be a great leader or a great manager. We can't be both. So you are a great leader. So therefore, make sure you're surrounding yourself with great managers who can do a lot of the things, that can advise you or know, how to do things. None of us are amazing at everything, but we are all gifted and amazing at certain things. And where we are not, the universe provides those gifts to us through other forms of being, other people, other experiences, other events. So do take note of who is around you at this time, who is showing you love and recognition and wishes for your success. That's the important thing that I feel at this time for you. So there we go, my darlings. I trust that has helped those that have resonated with this reading. I look forward to doing another weekly one for you next week. In the meantime, do check out my daily readings. And I am, over the next 2 or 3 days, be putting out the remainder of the May readings for you. So keep an eye out for that too. So much love, my darlings. Take care. Bye-bye. Capricorn, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's see what I've gone completely blank. Let's see what the Sacred Forest Oracle has for you today. You have got protection has come out, my darling, and stillness. 2 cards have come out here for you today. So the first card I saw was protection, and then the second card here is stillness for you here today. The protection card is to say that where you are right now is as it should be, however difficult that might be to perceive, that you are guided, you are protected, and you are perfect and enough just as you are. You almost sort of see this wonderful roots coming up to provide a safe haven of protection there as well. There is a stag that's come forward. So I feel with this, angel, that spirit is saying that those that you have called assist you at this time have already stepped forward or are stepping forward very soon. And they are coming forward with a grace, with a strength, with a way that you are going to both admire and appreciate and recognize as somebody that is there to really truly help you and see you at this time. Spend time in nature, spend time, we're coming into spring now, it's an amazing time to be barefoot. Ask the ground to support you, ask for what information is to come up through Mother Nature, through Mama Nature to you, to help you at this time, my darling. And try to consider the concepts that you have about the situation or others in the situation or others' concepts about you. Try just to let that flow, just to maybe observe thoughts about it, but not get too caught up, not get too tangled up in it, because you've got a lot of sort of tangled vegetation here as well. And that you, with this reflection and this stillness, it takes great strength and courage to look at ourselves in a situation, to tell ourselves the truth of a situation, to see what life is reflecting back on us in terms of the energy that we have been giving out. And Spirit is asking you now, within this safe space, to reflect on, in a very calm, peaceful way, what is happening right now in your life and what it may be trying to teach you, and how you feel about things, you truly feel about things. It's almost, you see she's leaning over here, but it looks like a swan. They're asking you to glide through this situation now with a great deal of trust that all will be well. To glide through, to move through your emotions without holding on to anything, just to be an observer of what is coming and going, what is going this way and this way, almost like a swan going down a river. That, you know, you may take a few curveballs on this, but to reflect, to just be an observer of your thoughts and emotions, to go with it. There is a lot of inner work that's happening. Do you see the depth of this water, and the swan would sort of move its little legs underneath. There's a lot of inner work that's happening, and it takes a lot of work to remain in a place of grace under pressure, courage under pressure, but you are protected. And this is the guardians of the land. And actually, time in nature right now would really, really help you if you're not doing it already. I also feel with the blossoming cards here, with the purple here, that your crown chakra is on full high alert, and that there is so much that is coming through to both shift you, heal you, help you, lift you up at this time. So be open to see that. Imagine this extraordinary white light coming through your crown chakra at this time, bathing you in healing light. Imagine it swirling around, going through all of your chakras and clearing up a lot of energetic debris that you are releasing in yourself through reflection. What we do is we're almost churning up a lot of stuck energy that's been there for a long time. So imagine the light coming through you and almost like a feather duster, picking up all of that churned up energy, that debris of things that need to be released, and then it coming out and coming away from you. And you're having a spring clean. This is what's happening at the moment. There's a big spring clean happening. So let's see what Spirit says, Capricorn, in the Tarot of Curious Creatures about where you are right now. Thank you, Spirit. So the first card that I saw, interesting enough, is the Six of Pentacles. I feel, okay, so six is about harmony. I feel you are very much a nurturer. You're very much a giver. You're very much somebody who loves and does things for others without even thinking about it, over and over and over and over and over again. And sometimes I feel that you feel that that is not recognized, and that is not noticed by others, although it is very much seen as something that you would just do naturally. So people don't think twice about it. You know, that's as a mother, isn't it? We do things for our children because they are our children, and we have that extraordinary, unconditional, beautiful love, and we do anything for our children. But there is, I feel, with this card, a certain sense of, oh, I'm doing something again, and recognizing that you're doing something again that you've done before many times, and perhaps you're getting the same result. So what you're giving out, you're receiving. There is within every choice, decision that we make, the law of cause and effect. Within every cause, within every situation, within every choice, every decision, there is an effect. There is an inherent consequence. And I think you're starting to consider about where's the balance in your giving and receiving. And I think experiences of today are showing you the lessons of yesterday. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. Experiences of today are showing you the lessons of yesterday, where you might not have been paying attention in your lessons in the past, but you are paying attention now. And you are in a wonderful state of reflection and going into the depths of it here with this stillness card, because it is only in the stillness, it is only in the silence, it is only in the listening that we can hear. And And we can remain in a constant state of confusion in our lives if we don't understand why we're doing certain things and why we're responding in certain ways and why we're reacting in certain ways. And you're doing that work now. So suddenly your life's going to become a whole much more clear, a whole lot clearer for you. But it is a tough ask of yourself, and the universe will, in this time, whilst you're in a state of protection, those that are meant to help you this time are going to come forward. And sometimes they might seem not as quite what they seem. This is a stag coming forward, which some people might be a bit nervous of. So sometimes somebody might come forward who you might be a bit apprehensive about, or they might churn up in you some triggers and some feelings. They're designed to do that in order for you to go, that's something that I have a behavioral pattern about. And the last few years, I can look at a lot of my behavioral patterns now. Didn't then, but now I do. And I'm still unraveling quite a few. They kind of come through and I go, oh, thank you, universe. Okay, now I understand. And it makes so much sense. And now I understand. And it is in the understanding of it that we can apply the cause and effect, the energy, the consequence of it is a grace, a kindness, a compassion, a love, a gentleness, an understanding of a situation, a person, event, us included, because we understand our deepest motivations. We understand what our cause and effect is, what our triggers are, and what are the consequences of that. So it is a great teacher for you at this time. So let's have a look to see what Spirit wishes for you to be curious about where you are right now. Thank you. To be curious about. This is interesting because this has come out of another deck, but you're meant to have it and the colors are exactly the same. To be curious about the transformation of what you might consider relationships in their many, many, many different evolving forms within your life, whether this be friends, family, fun, love, partner, marriage, children, whatever, my darling. It is whatever is there as a form of energetic structure in your life right now. And the Four of Wands is for you to be curious about these relationships and what relationships mean for you and who you are in those relationships and who you are transforming to be in those relationships. And the fact that it is, I'm so sorry, bear with me one second. Sorry, it's my little nut. She's barking at the neighbors. So it's about the transformation that's happened in your life with yourself, about your concept of relationships and what perhaps relationships mean for you. Perhaps it's a form of relationship at the moment that's been so transformational, and it's something for you to celebrate. It's something for you to, because he's all dressed up here in black tie. But I also feel it's something to celebrate in the form of the freedom you now feel in the relationships that you've had, where before, because of the overgiving, you were, well, you still are a little bit overgiving. We all have a tendency to do that. But it's your concept now about giving and receiving has changed. This is this transformation. And so there are certain things, relationships, your life that are, this is the phoenix rising up from the ashes, that are disappearing, have dissolved, burning out in your life. The energy is not the same anymore. But it means that you're embracing, you're opening up, you can see here, to having more joyful relationships. This is somebody who wants to party here, not necessarily, but I'm saying we want to party and be out all night, but I'm talking about the concept of relationships that aren't rigidly structured. You have the choice now to choose, where before you didn't feel you have a choice. You have a choice now, you feel, to choose. This is you it's about you being curious. You have a choice to choose who you wish to give energy to and who you don't, who you wish to give time to and who you don't, where before you always felt like you needed to, because you should do. Should is a word that's smothered in guilt. And that is beginning to disappear from your language. And it's replaced with, what makes me feel good? What do I wish to do? Ooh, am I being giving too much there? Or I'll just take a step back. I'll just let go. I'll go and have some fun. I'll go and enjoy myself. I'll surrender to whatever is happening at the moment. And do you know what? What will be, will be. And it's that concept that's changing for you with the Four of Wands. And what is coming in for you in the future with this concept, with this curiosity? Thank you. So, of course, you walking away, this is the Strength card, you're really beginning to feel different now in your environment. You're really beginning to feel, and I love this sort of black sheep, but you're always meant to be different. You were never meant to be the same as everybody else. There is something different about you. You may not have yet received your soul tribe, your soul family, but you are opening your heart and your energy to receive them. And that's this card here. And that's the transformation that's happening. And out of, and I'm going to come back to that Strength card, it's taken a lot of courage to approach what you've been doing wholeheartedly, a lot of grace. There is a light now. There is also resolution within you that this is the way forward for you, whatever concepts you have now about what relationships you want in your life and what you're looking for and what you deserve. And this has come about because of the time and attention and focus and reflection that you've been doing on yourself. This is coming about because of that inner work. So this is really beautiful, because as you've made this resolution, you are resolutely setting in tone the movement forward for you at this time. And it is one of coming away from releasing and coming towards coming up and away from, rising up and away from, freer, daring to be different, daring to be bold, daring to stand out, daring to feel the way you feel and speak the way you speak and be who you are. Not wanting to blend into everything and agree with everybody so much anymore, but actually saying, I am essentially just like Nud. She certainly doesn't want to blend in. Bear with me. So yes, you certainly don't want to blend into the crowd anymore, and you're being your own person. You're being your own person. And this is this energy that you're coming into. And because of that, you've got this Three of Swords, and in fact it came out like this. You've got the Three of Swords and the High Priestess. There will be a continued observation. Okay, this is important. Sorry, I just had a message come through. There will be a continued observation going forward and reflection of when you took your head out of the sand, when you began to do the releasing. It's the death and rebirth. Lots and lots and lots of little deaths and rebirths have been happening within your conceptions, your realizations, your releasing of ideas and thoughts and pain, all of it. And you chose to take your head out of the sand. You chose to see things differently. And I feel with this High Priestess card with here, that Spirit is saying that the continuation of what you are doing, the continuation of taking that step back and observing something, and about trusting what is coming through, because it is only in the detachment and the observation of ourselves that we allow the ego to quieten and the higher self, the soul, the super self to come forth, because the soul and the ego can't coexist. But when the ego is quietened and we become still and we reflect and we feel safe and we detach and we observe and we ask the right questions of ourselves and we listen to what our deepest self is saying, then this naturally is that pinpoint when the rebirth happens. And so you are already, I'm feeling a sense of deep compassion and understanding for yourself first and foremost. You see, she has her hand on her heart, and you are also embracing and imagining the concept of a new cycle and what that might mean for you now. And this is what's giving you the strength and the actions that you are taking at this time to let things go, to walk away, to focus on what is the open way forward, the relationships forward, and what you are going to, you're already imagining that you're going to celebrate. And in fact, my darling, imagination is the most powerful form of action that you can take, because in the imagination, you are bringing thought into reality. You are creating, and we came here to create. We were created to create, and it is very transformational for you at this time, my darling. So I trust and hope that that has helped those that have resonated with this reading. I look forward to doing another one for you next week. In the meantime, do check out the daily readings I do during the week, and also I have got completing the May readings over the next few days, so keep an eye out for yours. So much love to you, and take care and have a really special weekend. Lots of love, my darlings. Take care. Bye bye.